Grumble, grumble. All right, hey everybody, it's the Grumpy Meeple, and I'm coming back at you with some more Brimstone gameplay. This time we're going to be delving into the Swamps of Death. We are going to be taking on the Swamps of Death mission. How appropriate. Rumors have been swirling that a mine has been found with a stable gateway leading to another dimension, a murky swamp world overrun with giant insects and man-eating plants, as well as the sunken ruins of ancient primitive cultures. There are tales of half-sunken temples filled with gold and springs with magical healing properties, a fountain of youth hidden away in the deep parts of the swamp. Of course, there are also stories of vicious serpentman tribes and massive reptilian creatures that stalk the thick, swampy forests. But for a chance at riches and immortality, it could just be worth the risk. Use the standard setup on the standard entrance map tile. I'm using the kind of a mixture of stuff here. So I'm going to be using the mostly adventures, Brimstone Adventures, Valley of the Serpent King contents. Having said that, I just cannot stand seeing these encounters and darkness and growing dread cards again. So I have mixed in a bunch from the base, like Swamps of Death set. So just to mix it up, because I'm starting to get tired of seeing stuff. And I'm using the encounter tokens for adventures as well. Now this is important because in the encounter set for the Brimstone Adventures games, half of the encounter tokens have a clue icon on them. I think that makes for a better game, plays quicker, and is more exciting. And so I'm using that instead of the normal, which I think is 12, and 4 of them have the clue token on them. So, mission goal: find a gate that leads to the murky and overgrown swamps of Jargono and hunt down a magical spring or cache of temple treasures. Once in the swamps of Jargono, the heroes must find 2 clue icons to discover a hidden spring or temple and successfully complete the mission. All gates lead to Jargono, and if I find a gate in the Spanish fort, it also leads to Jargono. It becomes a gate to Jargono. Once I find the second clue, I've reached the objective. Ignore attacks or encounters listed on the final exploration token. Ignore door gate icons. Reveal all growing dread cards, and heroes must face an epic threat. Which is not true for a solo character. I will pull... Let's see, if we had 3 or 4, it would be epic, so I will pull a high threat. Once the enemies are defeated, the mission is completed. Okay, so pretty cut and dry. Find clues. Get to Jargono. Awesome. Let's do this. Make sure we got everything set correctly here. 18 health, 14. I got my heroic effort cards out. Technically, I failed my last mission, so I get to draw a heroic effort card right off the bat. I'm still debating on if I'm going to put that video up, but I tried to do one of the Hellfire Succubi missions solo, and don't do the Hellfire Succubi mission solo. I'll just say that, because they're goddamn near impossible. But since I failed it, I get inspiration. During your activation to make an additional attack. This may be the same or a different form of attack. Excellent. All right. Holding back the darkness. Success. Grit. Start with 1 grit, obviously. Failure. Movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding back the darkness. Failure. Need to reset all those. Darkness moves forward 1. That can stay right there because grit. Got it. It's nice for a change. Something goes right. Then I'm gonna move. Shuffle my deck here and find a T junction passage. No exploration token. Boop. Okay. And that's it. So here, holding back the darkness. 4, 6, failure. Darkness card comes out. Shuffle our darkness deck up. Basically quadruple the size of everything that you can get for just Valley of the Serpent Kings right now. So yeah, the last mission did not go well. And technically my character was supposed to die in that mission, but that's a bullshit rule that you can't flee, especially when you're solo. Because being solo, you know, they give you 2 revives instead of 1, but I still don't know that that offsets just how dangerous it is to be rolling, you know, 2 dice on your combat attack every turn, and that's it. That's your fate is entwined in what happens with those 2 dice. And if they don't go, then you're dead meat. Especially when you're pulling cards like ambush attack cards that have, you know, huge numbers of enemies on them. They're not really balanced for a single player. So each hero must discard 1 grit in deference to the Serpent King or be cursed. Fine, fuck you. Discard a grit. Okay. Roll for grit. Nothing. Move. 1. 1. 2. 3. Explore. The vault. The vault. Fuck you. Where's my fucking vault? There it is. Wearing my new geeky jersey today. It's a Rob the Robot jersey. Kind of. It's actually for a fictional team called the Zappers. So it's got a picture of Rob on the front holding a zapper. Alright. Fort Vault. Counter. You know what? I did not. I just want to. I didn't shuffle these so all the clues are at the bottom because I was counting them. Same token. So we are getting, and this is a little confusing. Depth event encounter. I assume that means you trigger a depth event and then you draw an encounter card. It'd be nice if they put a little line there to delineate, which they have done on other tokens, I feel like, that are similar, that have multiple things. Not a big deal. Just ooh, a healing depth event, which I think is going to get me my grit back at the very least. I gotta get these cards shuffled. It's fucking ridiculous. is like the oafiest grandma way of shuffling your cards, but I just don't have any dexterity. I got nothing to be like, plus they're sleeved, that shit gets harder, and you know, you could do the magic shuffle, but I'm not even that great at that, so sometimes this helps me actually randomize decks. And I think for this run, I am not going to use the advanced rules. I am so tired of seeing these advanced encounter cards that I'm just not going to do it. It also makes the game harder, so I just cannot go through Gold Fever again. It's just killing me. All right, so we're still in Spanish Fort. Stubborn Resolve. Remove D3 corruption heads. Okay, that's really nice. Although I took 2 of those in the mission that I have excised from my collective memory. So I get to remove 1. Either heal D6 wound sanity or recover a grit. Yeah, I'll take my grit. Cool. Then our encounter card, the beating heart. Thundering in your ears, the pounding of a beating heart haunts your mind. With every step, it grows louder and harder to ignore. It knows what you have done. It's only a matter of time now until everyone knows your dark secret. Spirit 5+ test, a spirit of 3. Success. Gain 20 XP as the telltale beating subsides. I'm not going to read what happens if you fail, just to keep it fun. Plus, I got 10 XP for exploring those 2 rooms. Total 10 XP. All right. And there's 1 exit here. And the exit is up there. So we just need to block this. Beep. And then we're gonna turn this. Get this crap out of the way. And I believe I'm gonna move this over here. All right. Yeah, we're all caught up now. So holding back the darkness. Failure. Failure. Rolling for grit. Nope. Moving. 1, 2, 3. I believe it could make it there. Cross that. Difficult to say. Maybe not. I'll go back. It really doesn't matter. Because instead we are just back to holding back the darkness, which I'm going to roll 1 at a time in a vain attempt to do better at. A vain failed attempt because I just failed. Rising Shadows. Okay, so this is one of those spawn darkness cards that I'm ignoring in my solo playthrough because they are unyieldingly punishing against solo players. So, all right, here we go. Cold Death. For each wound a hero currently has on him, he immediately takes another wound, ignoring defense. Then do the same for sanity damage, ignoring willpower. That doesn't do anything. So, because this card would have had me spawn P plus 2 creeping shadows. So up to 8 enemies to fight my one guy. That's not a card that's made for solo play. But, you know, they don't go through the trouble of designating that, but that card ain't made for solo play. All right, so where the hell was I? Right, so I'm rolling for grit. I get nothing. I'm moving and exploring into that room. And it's just a mid passage. This passage is so mid. Let me get my 5 XP. And you know, that's one of the cardinal rules of this game is come up with your own freaking rules. Because otherwise it's just incredibly punishing and just like not fun. Like using these 8 exploration tokens instead of the 12 that come with the core game. That's just a rule that I'm going to permanently put into the game to make the sessions go faster. And you know, house ruling this stuff is just like it's part of the game. Once you know the rules, then you should really feel empowered to mess with the rules. Anyways, holding back the darkness. Got a success on that. No grit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exploring again. Fortress Tower. All right. What are those? I need this. And it's a clue. And as we know, the clue adds a gate. Any clue icon the heroes find automatically has a gate in that room. So, we need our gates. Other players have my gates. Well, maybe not. Beep. And we draw 2 encounters. All right, Trader's Blood. You've been sold out. Someone who knew about your mission must have betrayed you to the darkness. Run, run! Spirit 6+ test. Success. Gain 40 XP for each 6+ rolled as you discover the truth. Woohoo! So that takes us up to 75 XP. Heavy soul. The very air you breathe in this place feels foul, as though it carries the touch of death inside you with every breath. As you push deeper into the dark, you begin to feel the weight of evil building in your heart. Spirit 5+ toast. Passed. Gain 20 XP as you resist this bottomless despair. Why, thank you. All right. Comes back around to holding back the darkness. Oops. Failure. One. 2, 3, 4. Not quite there. God fucking damn it. Jesus Christ. Current card. Which can be canceled with a grip. Yeah. Which I'll go ahead and do. Cancel that. See you later. We'll forget. Of course not. I would never get a fucking 1 on that. And then I move 1, 2, and I pass through the gateway to Jargono. Okay. So now I gotta do a bit of setup, get my Jargono stuff out. Wow, look at that map deck. Lots and lots of stuff instead of the same 8 fucking places that I've been. Every single time for the last 2 months of playing this game. Nice big stack of Jargono encounters. Threats. And artifacts. Everything else stays the same. I'll shuffle this when it's time to pull from it. Lots of Jargono artifacts. Okay, so first thing we need to do is find out where we're going. Tribal fountain. That's kind of funny. They say I was looking for fountain of youth. All right. Humor. God damn it. So the thing with these card holders is they're not actually big enough to hold this many cards. Sleeved, at least. Not propped up like that. I could pop them back down, but I'm not going to do that. I'm really not going to do that. Okay. So, all this stuff goes away. Put that there. And we are being transported to the tribal fountain. Swamps of Death. This is exciting. I haven't been to another world in years. With the way I've been playing with my friends, not really been possible. Because the adventure, Brimstone Adventures campaign doesn't go out of its way to send you to other worlds. It actually kind of impedes that to an extent. Yep. Cool. So we have portaled into the swamps of Jargono. And I need to look up the rule on traveling between worlds like that. Real quick. Just don't remember exactly where I end up. Oh, and a world card too. I need the world card for Jargono. Spanish Fort world card is pretty. Doesn't really help my playstyle. So let's see what we have here. Any attack is an ambush attack on D6 roll 1, 2, or 3. That's not great. +2 on all your rolls to catch your breath. It's fucking worthless. But I'm not actually in the Valley of the Serpent King, so I will use the standard. +2, catch your breath. Who gives a shit about that? All right. Yeah, the spaces are considered to be adjacent. Technically, there's supposed to be a tile here that you would put this gate onto, but I don't care enough to bother, so I'm just gonna walk right onto the other board. Yeah, so it gets an exploration token. I am simply, so basically I believe my turn ends now. Yeah, not standing on the new map tile, standing on their own side of the map tile. Exploration token will not be revealed until room exploration phase in which a hero is actually on the map tile. Yeah. Okay. That should be all we need to know. So that is the end of his turn. He gets 5 XP for exploring. And now we're back to holding back the darkness, which we do. Although this has moved forward one. Holding back the darkness is successful. Rolling for grit. Nothing. So I'm gonna move. Yeah, I think I can just execute my full move basically. So, well, that doesn't make sense actually, because I don't even know what doors are open. So I'm gonna assume that my turn ends there. I flip this over and we see what happened. I found another clue, which is exciting. Yeah, so gates kind of don't count. There's only one room because all gates lead to Jargono. So I'm gonna roll a die to see where the exit is. I believe we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the exit. So those are blocked. And we need our Jargono tokens. The organization is all. You gotta make sure this stuff is organized. Makes it so much easier to play. Takes years. Literally takes years. You have to play it so much just to get to the point where you're even capable of making decisions about how it should be organized, basically. Yeah, so that first clue doesn't do anything. I'm just trying to get to the second clue. So we just have an encounter. Thank God, something different. A different encounter than one of the 50 Spanish fort ones that I've seen virtually all of. How exciting. I haven't seen these in years. I mean, most of these I've never seen. I just keep buying those promo packs and integrating the cards in, but I don't ever actually play. I haven't actually gotten back to the Swamps of Jargono yet, so I haven't actually seen anything from it. Creeper vines. Twisting their way along the roots of the trees, occasionally dipping into the black water, the creeper vines lay in wait to ensnare unwary travelers. Before you even notice them, the vines have already begun to wrap around your legs and arm. Cunning 4+. Successful. For each die rolled that did not pass this test, take 2 wounds, ignoring defense and armor. If successful, gain 5 XP for every 4+ rolled. Okay, so 10 XP. If at least 1 6 was rolled, you may also draw a loot card pulled from the body of a less fortunate victim. Cool. So I get 10 XP. 10 XP? 20 XP. Yeah. 110. And a loot card. This is exciting. Fucking loose coins again. 50 gold. Fuck you. 20 XP. So that's the end of the turn. And we're back to trying to hold back the darkness again. 5, 6, 7. Success. Huzzah! Get this out of here. We know we just need one more. Okay. Try to recover my grits. Nope. I'm going to say it's as far as I can move. Have anything else I can do? The darkness is held. Oh, so close. No grit. I move there. And I'm exploring again. A temple courtyard. This is from Valley of the Serpent Kings. Okay. Just one kind of tip. If you're new to the game and you have multiple sets, these indicators at the bottom that tell you which expansion they're from, this one says VS, are very important with these other worlds, because especially with the two core other worlds, Targa and Valley of the Serpent Kings, because these boards can be in multiple places. You know, like if you organize them and you put all your Valley of the Serpent Kings stuff together, then, and your Jargono stuff separately, then you have to know where to look for it. So that's Valley of the Serpent King card. It's one of these ramparts. Ramparts. There we go. We're deep in the jungle now. 5 XP. Exploring. Ambush attack. All right. This is where I get to use my enemy tracks ability. Once per adventure, use 1 grit to switch attack or ambush on an exploration token into 2 times encounters instead. So there will be no ambush attack. And there's two doors here. So the odd man out is this one. So there are doors there and there. So the whole reason I took this ability was to be able to avoid an ambush attack, which is a little boring on screen. I'm sure you'd rather see me get ambushed and get all fucked up, but you're gonna have to sate your bloodlust elsewhere, because today shall not be me. Boop. And so now we have 2 encounters instead. Ripples on the surface. Wait, quiet. Do you hear that? Stopping dead in your tracks, everyone stands in the knee-deep murky water, motionless. In the distance, you can hear thunderous stomping and thrashing in the underbush. Ripples spread across the surface of the water. Whatever it is, it's big, and it's getting close. Hide. Draw an epic threat. If it does not include an XL size or larger enemy, redraw. Okay, well. I'm not drawing an epic threat. I'll draw a high threat. Just, no. Trying to use my sausage fingers to pull these. Kind of rarely use threat cards out, so I don't have them like separated out. Okay, it's the Croxon. Where's the Croxon card? Seriously? Is he only an epic threat? Well, it has to be XL or bigger, so. Weird. I don't think those guys work, so. Alright. One Croxon Beast. Maybe you'll get your bloodlust sated after all. Oh, it's an agility test. Okay, agility 5+. I've got my 7 agilities. So basically, the Croxon is rampaging through the underbrush. And I'm gonna see if I can avoid him. And the answer is yes. Okay. If all heroes pass the test, the beast moves right past you. Tearing its way through the jungle, all heroes may recover a grit. Awesome. That was fun. And that's a promo card, actually. Interesting. An old promo card from 2016. Oh, that was cool. And I get to recover it. Uh-oh. Bog gas. A noxious cloud fills the air, choking you with every gagging breath. Gurgling to the surface from beneath the water, massive bubbles of bog gas burst all around, creating the toxic fume. Every hero starting their activation on this map tile must make 2 willpower rolls. For each that is failed, gain 1 poison marker. Okay. Well, I'm not starting my activation right now. Remains in play. So we need to get the fuck out of here. But for now, it comes back around to holding back the darkness. This is 7. Which is not good enough now because this is actually moved here. So now I need 8s. So I failed to hold back the darkness. Yikes. Okay. So starting my hero activation. Grit. Nothing. Bog gas. 1 blocked. 1 failure. So I get a poison marker. And I don't even know what those do. Oh, I'm +3 lore while I'm in the Swamps of Jargono too, so that's good to remember. Poison. So, find the easiest way to look that kind of stuff up is to just go to your handy dandy pile of rules reference cards. Instead of having to get a rule book out or something. Poison. At the start of a hero's activation, roll a d6 for each poison marker they currently have on them. On a roll of 1 or 2, the hero takes 1 wound, ignoring defense. On roll of 6, discard that marker as the poison effect has worn off. You remove all poison markers at the end of an adventure, or if they are KO'd. Okay. So, we got 1 poison marker on me, but it kind of doesn't do anything right now. Now I just need to get the fuck off this tile. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to be able to explore again. A lot of exploration going on here. Croxon Beast is gone. Rampaging through the jungle. Burial ground. This is in the Swamps of Death. Off screen, I'm going to this organizer where I have City of the Ancients and Swamps of Death organized together. I might change that, but the idea that I had here was these 2 sets contain the the basic map tiles, the mine map tiles. That's why I'm organizing them together. What's that burial ground look like? Boy, I just keep finding this stuff right away. There's your burial ground. Exciting. Orient this like this for ease of play. Boop. Boop. An encounter with one exit. The exit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm not doing this consistently, but the exit is up there. At least I can get off this gods be damned spot. Off the bog. All right. So we just need an encounter. Arrows from above. They're using the trees. A volley of serpentman tribal arrows rain down from you from above. Agility 5+. Okay, again, agility is not going to be a problem for this guy. 1, 2. I shouldn't speak so quick. There we go. He's got agility of 7. If successful, gain 15 XP as you take cover amongst the vines and roots. Certainly. All right, that's it for that. We're back to holding back the darkness. Successful. Very nice. Grit. Failure. Poison. Roll a d6. I take 1 wound. I'm still on the bog spot. Over here starting their activation. And it doesn't really say what order, the order of operations, and that's definitely not specified anywhere in the rules, so let's just see what happens. Okay, it doesn't matter. I passed them both anyways. And I'm moving on. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this goes away. Woo! Holding back the darkness. Wow! I can't believe I had 2 successful hold back the darkness rolls. Grit. Poison. What the hell does that do? Nothing. Movement. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Darkness. Yeah. Failure. Darkness card comes out. These need to be shuffled. Are these Swamps of Jargono? No, right. There are no Jargono specific darkness cards. This is an exciting mission. Finally getting to get into another world. Back to my homeland, the swamps. Swarm of rats. A scurrying tide of rats pours through the passage, swarming over the heroes and passing by. Each hero takes 2 corruption hits, gains 20 XP, and then must pass an agility 4+ test or discard 1 side bag token. All right, so 2 corruption hits. 1 corruption. 20 XP. Jesus, that is not readable. Kind of an awkward angle. Then agility 4+ test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pass. You will not have my side back token, swarm of rats. Yep. Back to my turn. Grit. Poison. Nothing. Exploration. And I'm going to flip this, like this, make it a little bit, or actually, screw it, I'll flip it like that. A swampy trail from the swamps of death. I keep forgetting that I need these cards to identify these. Swampy trails to you. Man, these tiles are right on top. Crushing it with my tile grabbing today. Now, I'm pretty sure that basically everything left in that exploration deck has clues on it, so this is likely to be it. Yep, there we go. All right. Swampy trail, don't need that. We have found our second clue. When the heroes find the second clue in the swamp of Jargono, they have reached the objective for exploring this other world. Ignore any attacks or encounters listed on the final exploration token. Also ignore everything else. No exits. Reveal all growing dread cards. I don't have any. Heroes must face an epic threat. No. Remember, any time a normal threat card would be drawn in Otherworld, an Otherworld threat card is drawn instead. All right, so I will, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make it thematic. The Croxen Beast is back. It's back for revenge. There he is. He did not forget about me. Basically, he moved on to go eat somebody, and then he remembered, hey, didn't I see a light palette cleanser upon the path back there? All right, so we are facing the Croxen Beast. He's extra large, initiative 4, terror 2. Heroes starting their activation on the same map tile takes 2 horror hits. Smash, Croxen Beast melee to hit rolls of 6+ ignore defense. Spiked tail, after its normal attack, makes an extra 1 combat tail attack at a random hero using the D8 to hit. Tenacious, every consecutive normal attack this enemy makes on the same target gains an additional +3 combat. Endurance, may not take more than 3 wounds from any single hit. And tough, he's immune to critical hits. So this guy is a good example of an enemy that is not made to be faced solo. He is an extra large epic threat, so that's not surprising, but you know, like a number of these abilities, his ability to ignore defense with his hits particularly the tenacious. Every consecutive normal attack this enemy makes on the same target gains an additional +3 combat. There's only one player, so it's always going to be the same target. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to give him an elite ability because, I mean, he's going to be tough enough. And I'm going to knock this down to 1 combat. That makes much more sense when you are playing solo. So every consecutive normal attack the enemy makes on the same target gains an additional +1 combat. And yeah, so I'm gonna fuck him up. We've got to roll to hold back the darkness, which fails, of course. The only problem with this 3D board is these pieces tend to stick. So, yeah. So we got a darkness card coming out. Tentacles from the Void. Strength of the Void. All Void enemies are now +1 defense. He is not a Void enemy, so that will not affect us. Okay. So, yeah. I'm up because my initiative is 7. I am rolling for grit, and I got it. Very good. And rolling for poison, nothing. I'm realizing that I got rid of one of my inspiration, and I believe I had another grit too. So, full disclosure, I'm refilming this because the first time I faced this guy, in an attempt to balance him, I think I made him a little too weak because I just took away his endurance basically. So I allowed myself to do as much damage as I wanted, and I killed him in 1 turn. So I'm trying to balance it without just making it trivial, because this guy does so much bonus damage that he was just doing like 9-10 damage to him with every hit, and he got lucky. So instead, like I said, the only thing I'm changing is I'm changing his tenacious to 1, which is still super dangerous. But I'm trying to reset to where I was, and I think I had 2 grit, and I had this inspiration card as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and engage. No reason not to. 3, 4. Okay. So we got 1 hit. We got 1 hit. I'm gonna spend a grit and try to get another hit out of that. Got it. Okay, so any other enemy this would absolutely annihilate, but this guy has 25 hit points and he has his endurance, so he can only take 3 wounds from a single hit, so he takes 6 damage off of that. So he started with 25, he's down to 19. But I'm also going to play Inspiration. Play during your activation to make an additional attack, and I'm going to redo that. So I got a 4 and a 1. I'm going to spend my other grit and try and get another hit, which I get. So regardless of what I roll, he's going to take another 6 damage. So he goes from 19, down to 13. So he's already taken a pretty solid beating. I mean, even his endurance can't, and his immunity to crits can't save him from just the raw, just the ability for me, if I hit, I'm always going to do that max damage because of all of my abilities. But it is his turn now, and he's going to be super pissed. Also, I forgot to take the 2 horror hits. I take both of them, so I'm down to 12 on my sanity. Okay. So it's his turn. He is rolling 4 combat, and he's looking for 4s. Oh boy. 3 hits. No crits, so smash doesn't come into play, so I get my defense, which I'm -1 on my rolls, which means I need a 5 or a 6 to defend successfully. And I get a 5 and a 6, so the 5 drops to a 4, 6 drops to a 5, so I take 4 damage. 3 damage because I prevent a wound, so yep. Down to 16. Okay. And so next time he will be +1 on that attack, so he'll have 5 combat. Back to holding back the darkness. Failed again. Oh boy. Get a growing dread card. Powerful dread. It takes all of your willpower not to simply turn and flee at the sight before you. Every hero must make a single willpower save. For each failed save, move the darkness 2 steps forward on the death track. Oh my god. Whoa. That could have been game ending, but was not. Okay. So first, take my horror hits. So I take a sanity damage down to 11. Roll for grit, which I could really use. No grit. Roll for poison. Oh, I get rid of my poison. Very nice. And now I'm rolling my attack. Oh, shit. And this is where it gets nasty, because I don't have any ability to manipulate those dice, so he gets a pass on this turn, and now it's his turn, and he's rolling 5 combat. Oh, I also forgot to do his spiked tail. He makes 1 extra combat tail attack using the D8. Okay, so that would have hit. Does it just do the normal die? Using the D8. Crocs and Beasts melee to hit rolls of 6+ ignore defense. Does that include the spiked tail? Melee to hit roll. Yeah, so he actually got another 4 damage through to me. Which I will take. Takes me down to 12. Okay. Here's his attack. 1 hit. No crit. No defense. 3 damage coming through. Takes me down to 9. And then he does his spiked tail attack and misses. All right. We go back to desperately trying to hold back the darkness. 5 and a 3. which does it. 2 horror hits. 1 hits. Grit. Oh, man, that would have been nice to get that grit. My attack. All right. So 1 hit. Does the full 3 damage, takes him down to 10. Now it's his turn again. He's rolling 6 now. Oh my gosh. 2 crits and a hit. So let's take a look. Let's just remind ourselves what sidestep does. Sidestep. Choose a single enemy combat hit and roll an escape test using the enemy's escape value. So his escape value is the number of heroes. Or higher. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, that's that only cancels a single hit. So he's got, I get to defend, which I actually do. So I can defend the normal hit. So he's got 8 damage incoming. I'm going to go ahead and use my Elegant Shoulders. Once per adventure, prevent up to X wounds you're about to take, where X is equal to your agility. So that soaks 7, this soaks 8, and he does no damage with that attack. But he does get his tail attack, and he misses. And we go back to holding back the darkness. Mamma mia. I really need a grit. Yeah, rolling the terror. And there's my fucking 1. God damn it, I knew that was gonna happen. That's why I hesitated. So I take 1 horror hit. Takes me down to 9. Roll for grit. Roll my combat. Yes. 2 hits. Doing 3 damage each, because again, they're always going to do 3 damage, basically, to him. So that takes him down to 4 hit points. Okay. Now it's his turn, and he's rolling 7 dice on his attack. 5, 6, 7. Still only gets the 3 hits. Although one of them is the crit. Yeah, so his melee to hit rolls are 6+ ignore defense, but they don't ignore sidestep. And since I only need 1, I can automatically sidestep. So I'm sidestepping the crit, which just leaves the 2 normal hits, which I defend both of them. Wow, that was huge. Fuck you, Croxon. Now he gets his tail attack, which he misses. Okay, so now we go back to holding back the darkness again, which we do. Now I do need to hit with both of these to finish him off, which we will see if that happens. Here's my terror roll. There's my fucking 1 again. So I take another terror down to 8. And my grit roll. Oh god, I really could have used that. And here's my attack. 2 hits. He's dead. Yay! So, even on the retry, he went down pretty easily. So that's exciting. And that was a much fairer fight, I feel. He got some serious swings in on me. In terms of XP, that is already captured on my card from the last fight, but I do get a loot. And whatever the mission gives. Ooh, a good find. All right, roll a D8. Oh, God. D3 Darkstone. Well, at least it's a significant amount. 2 Darkstone. I would have really liked to get a new item. That would have made a thrilling end to the adventure. Okay, going back to the mission. Reward. Each hero gains 25 XP. Also roll a D6 for the group. On roll 4, 5, or 6, the heroes have found a half-sunken temple rune, and each hero recovers enough gold trinkets that they can sell for P times 50. Okay. So 300 gold, that's pretty good, and 25 XP. And that's it. If you had failed, lost in the deadly swamps, the heroes are relentlessly bitten by alien insects and torn at by barbed vines and thick mud. Each hero must roll a d6. On a roll of 1, the hero falls ill due to disease spread by the insects. They lose 1 health permanently. On a roll of 2, 3, or 4, the hero must discard $100 D3 Darkstone or 1 item lost to the muddy waters of the swamp. On a roll of 5 or 6, the hero emerges unscathed. Okay. So, finally, I just need to definitely not what I was looking for. Finish up my campaign play here. Recover if KO'd, fully heal your health, remove any status effects, resolve any reward, roll for corruption from Darkstone. I just have the 2, so I take 1 corruption from the Darkstone. Takes me up to 3. Yeah, back to full health, 1 grit. Oh wait, no. At the end of the adventure, hero roll a d6 for every 1, 2, and 3. The hero takes 1 corruption hit. Okay, so actually, I don't even take that corruption hit. And that is it for the Swamps of Death mission from the Swamps of Death. Shadows of Brimstone core set. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, and I will talk to you later.